Free speech is under assault because of a
Free speech advocates warn the growing move to shut down certain speakers and opinions on college campuses threatens First Amendment rights. Berkeley was ripped up by rioters who didn't want a conservative commentator for Breitbart News to speak on campus.
Go away! Racist, sexist, anti-gay! Charles Murray, go away!
Angry students at Vermont's Middlebury campus shouted down and turned their backs on controversial author Charles Murray, who some label a racist. Then Middlebury professor Allison Stanger was assaulted as she helped Murray push through a student mob.
Somebody pulled my hair and body slammed me in the opposite direction. I suffered a concussion and whiplash.
Fury broke out again at Berkeley, but didn't stop conservative firebrand Ben Shapiro from speaking there. He told CBN News,
there's an enormous group of people on the left who now identify verbiage with violence. They identify words with violence. If I don't like something that you say and I have an emotional reaction to it and it causes me stress and I have a physical reaction, well, that's you actually doing harm to me. And now I am justified in using physical violence in order to prevent you from doing further harm to me. This is really dangerous stuff.
Here at Washington, D.C.'s Georgetown University, some students were protesting that Attorney General Jeff Sessions was allowed to speak. His topic, ironically enough, attacks on free speech at U.S. campuses.
Was that not targeting people of color?
I'm sorry.
Students at Washington's Evergreen State College basically forced Professor Brett Weinstein to resign when he wouldn't endorse a day of no whites on campus and then refused to apologize. Now the schools themselves are buying into the trend.
Here, dreams are in need of your voice. Fragile ideas await your...
This promotional video from the University of Michigan makes it sound like a welcoming, open institution. But an incredibly vague speech code and roving bias response teams intimidate students who worry they'll be punished if their words are judged to be politically incorrect.
They're afraid to talk about politics, so they go in their dorm room and they lock their door. You need to tailor your speech to what the most sensitive student on campus might interpret your words as.
Nikki Neely's group, Speech First, is suing the university for extreme actions like punishing the marching band when various sections dress like different kinds of music.
One section wore baggy shirts and backwards hats and baggy shorts, and they were rap. Somebody walked by, they saw it, they filed a complaint, and the 400-person marching band had to go through several hours of cultural appropriation training.
Congress is also hearing about these extreme incidents.
Administrators at a community college forced an 8-year Navy veteran to stop distributing, now get this, pocket-sized U.S. constitutions.
As Oklahoma Wesleyan President Everett Piper put it on CBN 700 Club,
we actually are telling people, conservative speakers primarily, if you don't agree with us, if you're not one of us, if you're not a part of the fascistes, the common bond of ideas, we will crush you, we will expel you, you're verboten, you're unwelcome.
Many colleges are limiting controversial talk to small free speech zones.
I mean, America is a free speech zone.
Students don't need a permit to speak on campus. The only permit they need is the First Amendment.
Neely feels young students need to be challenged and shaken up by opposing views.
College is not meant to be a safe space. College is meant to be a place for discourse, where you exchange ideas, where you pursue truth. It is not meant to be a place where you are coddled.
As Dr. Piper told his student body, this is not a daycare.
So we do need an aggressive defense on campus of the Enlightenment principle articulated by Voltaire. I disagree with everything you say, but I will defend with my life your right to say it.
Leading Christian philosopher Professor Robert George said much is at stake if colleges silence free speech.
American democracy and higher education both depend on freedom of thought and expression. People need to be free, people need to feel free to speak their minds.
Paul Strand, CBN News, Georgetown University.